Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
Oh, but inside is so delightful. Ho, ho.
It's Christmas in July. Huh!
Oh, yeah, let's review, baby. Ho, ho.
Let's review, Mama.
Oh, yeah, let's review, little bunny. Oh, yeah. Ho, 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 ho.
Boom.
Boom. Yeah, that's for you, girl.
And I'm pretty.
Oh, season's greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
And let's see, Blue Dragon 5, I think by my estimation, we are about halfway through our little Christmas in July bonanza, where we've been reviewing at least one Christmas special every day. How does it feel to be, kind of halfway there, the end kind of in sight, after this arduous goal that we set for ourselves?
I feel half fulfilled, Tiki. I feel half fulfilled.
Fulfilled? Oh no, just half fulfilled.
Well, we're only halfway through.
well, speaking of being half fulfilled, we were in the middle of doing, we reviewed 2 Family Guy episodes last night. By the way, next Sunday, tune in and we will review not 1, not 2, but 4 episodes of American Dad that are Christmas-centric, so just a little teaser for that. But, the first Family Guy special we reviewed came off without a hitch. A lot of, a lot of funny paper towel related humor, a lot of good Kiss Save Santa jokes. And then, the second one, The Road to the North Pole, that was going all good. And then suddenly, God damn it, Jafar, Blue Dragon 5 dropped out of the call, and I guess I accidentally dropped him. And yeah, it's like I tried to get through the plot of Road to the North Pole the best I could, but I definitely missed some stuff. And so Blue Dragon 5, there's one scene from Road to the North Pole that I want to talk about with you in particular that I was just kind of livid that I didn't get to talk to you about last night. And that scene is, of course, it's a scene that ties into the first of the 2 Johnny Bravo Christmas specials we will be reviewing for you tonight in a double bonus-packed 1-episode video of Christmas in July. But that thing is the whole concept of delivering presents for Santa because Santa's in need. Oh no, we've seen it play out with Merry Madagascar, and then we saw it play out in quite a crazy way, I must say, in Road to the North Pole. So you want to just kind of take us through what happens here?
Sure. Well, in this scene, essentially, they're delivering gifts. So Brian was kind of inspired. His arc was starting to come through. That now he's all for the holidays. Now he sees Santa Claus is in fact real, and we got to help Santa Claus because look at the guy. He's in terrible shape because of us. We feel guilty. We got to help him out. Decide let's deliver the presents after a really disturbing bit of taking off the elf flesh to with a dull knife. I'll add with a dull knife. I completely
forgot about that. Oh God!
And I'll remind everyone: you can't have a shotgun with you can't have the infant holding a shotgun, yet you can have the infant using a dull knife to cut someone else's arm off. And then wave with the arm, saying bye. So you can have that, yet no shotgun. Which previously he's used the shotgun to try to kill his own mother. Just pointing that out. Anyway.
Logic.
Censors are crazy. Censors be crazy to make it street worthy. So essentially, our heroes, Brian and Stewie, dressed in their cute little Santa outfits, are going to deliver gifts, so they start at house numero uno. And if we learn nothing from Merry Madagascar, the first house is always the most challenging.
Oh yes, oh yes.
And similar to Merry Madagascar, again, our holiday formula here. So this so far is the second time, I believe, in which we've had a
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a second. Yeah.
Which you've had someone other than Santa trying to make well, actually, along with the Powerpuff Girls, so I guess third.
Ah, you're right. And technically Fairly Odd Parents at the end, too.
Right. So, okay, well, it's continuing on with the formula about delivering gifts instead of Santa Claus, or doing it for Santa. And it does not go well. So, Brian and Stewie, they make their way down the chimney, and then basically Stewie make their way down the chimney after bickering, and essentially some argument erupts over like placement of having some joy in the works. Stewie, Brian is starting to feel like the actual Santa Claus. He's getting a little snippy with Stewie. He goes, "Yeah, I'm here. I'm going to eat all the cookies." So, no, you got to bite the cookies so they know Santa was here. And just, oh, well, look, Santa was here as he's pouring the milk. Again, this is a problem with this being it's kind of feeding into a douchey Brian that we've been getting on Family Guy. But it's
yes. Oh,
but
yes.
we'll give it a pass for the holidays because he's kind of coming from an understandable place, but he's... if you're going to forgive it one time, it's going to be during the Christmas special.
All right, well, we've long established that rule here on Christmas in July that douchey characters do get a holiday pass, so there you go, Brian.
At least somewhat, depending.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Brian will give him a pass because the idea is he's starting to feel like Santa Claus has been feeling, just pointing out this is a human thing to do.
Sure, sure.
Then basically our guys, they get locked out of the house because they... the sleigh falls, they go out of the house, and they say, wait,
the reindeer are all caught on the tree. That's going to be very important when they leave.
Very true, very true. It's like the sleigh is falling down. The sleigh is falling down, so they go out of the house to check it out, but they didn't. Apparently, Stewie doesn't follow the last person out of the door rule of unlocking the door, even though it was Brian who was last out of the door, by the way. And then they throw a present or they throw a rock through the window.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. And at this point, Blue Dragon 5, I'm just wondering, like, where the hell are the owners? Like, you would have thought the owners would have come down, like, way before they actually did.
Well, in their defense, until the sleigh fell, it was pretty stealthy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The sleigh falls, and then they don't even come down until Brian starts making his sandwich.
Well, in his defense, like, you had like the little things going on, perhaps like, what was that? Nah, it's just a dream. I gotta get up now. So, go back to sleep. I'll see what it is. And what the violence. Essentially, that trip plays again. Brian is getting very pissy around the holidays, so he's making a sandwich, and Stewie's chewing him out.
No, you know what? I'm just gonna go in here. And I'm just gonna make myself a sandwich.
Again, it's hard for me to cut Brian a break when he's getting douchey like this around the holidays, but it plays into something very dark.
Oh yeah.
Essentially, David A. Goodman, one of the writers and producers on Family Guy, at least previously, now he's gone, which is another reason Family Guy's fallen in quality. He comes down voicing this hefty house owner, and basically gets beaten with a baseball bat before he calls the cops. And Danny Smith and everyone on Family Guy agrees with me here in this. If you hear the commentary, basically saying there's way too much blood.
Right.
Because the problem being, it looks like they killed this man, given all the blood that comes from this man he's beaten. Because the point is, if he died, it'd be very dark around the holidays. The point is, he's just beaten into.
Well, I mean, especially considering what comes after.
Yes. Exactly. So I mean, just they beat him and they put him in the closet. But again, he's bleeding severely, but he's not dead. Just to emphasize that, folks. It's a poor animation error. It makes it look far more and they tried, like Danny Smith tried to rectify it, saying, can we put like a scene at the end where he's in the hospital singing, or he's like saying, nah, that's the guys who attacked me. Like when Brian's on TV later on. The point is, just to quickly kind of wrap up, then things get worse and worse, where the daughter comes down asking, who are you? Where's Santa? Says, where's my husband? Mother comes out, where's my husband? Then they have to tape him, bound him, knock out the mother. Girl's crying, tape her, and they find out we're at the wrong house.
Yeah.
So, and then, my favorite thing by Stu is after they clean up the crime scene, they find that out. It says, Brian, it's going to be light out in 4 hours, and this is the first house. And it's pretty much a home invasion by now.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Essentially, pulling a Santa Claus has turned into a home invasion, and then they try to make it a hasty escape. The deers are eating each other, and if you see the DVD version, you get to see the remains of that.
Oh God.
Which is horrifying. Luckily, Stewie's made some modifications. They're out of there, and just to kind of just say one statement. Essentially, they put Santa in front of a TV camera, and put Santa in front of a TV camera and basically point out to everyone in Quahog in the world, saying, "Look, you guys have overworked Santa Claus all these happy wishes." And essentially, it's running dry. He's close to death here. If you want another Christmas, you just got to ask for less. And pretty much with the reprise of All We Want for Christmas, that comes true. And we have a happy inclusion by Seth MacFarlane, by the way, who suggested this, that we see the happy Christmas at the end. So we see, the reprise of the song. We see everything's back up and running. Got the elves are in good shape. The deer, Santa Claus, he's fat and healthy, and delivering gifts. And Peter got his Charles in Charge lunchbox. And it's a nice special.
Oh yes. It's very dark in some places, almost Orwellian, I would argue.
Yes, it's definitely the darkest take on that formula of delivering gifts, and I like that though. They point out that this is inhuman. That no wonder Santa Claus can't do this. It's ridiculous, and we're not making it easier with all these gifts. So it comes from a place of logical logic. Yeah, that's what would happen in real life. A very dark slant to it, but that's what actually would happen.
Oh yeah.
But the reason we're bringing this up, folks,
yes,
is because this ties into that formulaic plot of the delivery of gifts, feeds into at least the first part of our Johnny Bravo Christmas specials here.
Yeah, so let's run through this one really quick because it's only 6 minutes long. 'Twas the Night. Do you have any background on this?
Sure. It's real quick. Not much, but just something about the Johnny Bravo series itself. Just saying, Van Barble came up with the series. More importantly, so the first season of Johnny Bravo, you'll notice, just kind of separating the seasons here. First season of Johnny Bravo is probably the best because it really is, in terms of the animation and the storytelling, is a celebration of the Hanna-Barbera storytelling style.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I mean, it's like in sections. You get more stories, and one such as this is like 7-minute shorts. So they have a bunch of shorts like that in there. Mm-hmm. And usually they'll have like a Scooby-Doo, who appears in this. They'll have the Hanna-Barbera characters and.
I have a question about Scooby-Doo's Christmas present, but we'll get to that. I just did not understand it.
So essentially, with it had a lot of Hanna-Barbera guest stars or like little nods to Hanna-Barbera there, like Joe Barbera will be unmasked at some point during the series. And
the great like complete Scooby-Doo episode where they're just all like just basically completely just obsessed with solving mysteries to the point of craziness.
So essentially, it's a lot of really wonderful nods to Hanna-Barbera. And actually, in fact, Joe Barbera actually did help out in the first season of Johnny Bravo. That's another reason he's in there.
Oh, nice. Cool.
So other thing, just to point out, this feeds into our one of our specials later on. You'll notice seasons 2 through 4, mainly 2 through 3, they retooled the series to be a little more Johnny Bravo-centric, so not many shorts like Jungle Boy in there.
Yeah. I completely forgot about Jungle Boy until he popped up in this.
Yeah, he's actually technically Jungle Boy's in both of these specials, technically, somewhat.
Oh, okay.
At least from his shorts. His shorts are referenced.
Sure.
And essentially, they redesigned the characters, and they redesigned for the fourth season. They try to harken back to the first season before they got canceled. So they're trying to recapture the magic like any 4-season show will do. Mm-hmm. 2 and 3, they redesigned everything. They added new characters like Pops and Carl, who take them or leave them. And the story.
I love Pops.
No, I mean I like him too. I'm just saying some people.
I really like Carl too.
I'm saying some people aren't too crazy about the revamp. I myself, looking back at, I think the first season's the strongest, but those seasons are okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying in comparison, overall they're fine. They're fun. I haven't rewatched because they haven't put them out on DVD yet. So
I just really like all those characters. So I don't know.
Oh, that on Pops is funny. I'll admit that first.
Johnny.
Yeah, like they get a little angular with the designs, and they have like the when it's animated on computer, so they cleaned up the imagery. So it's still not as good as the first season and Grand Season, but okay. And that feeds into the look of our second special. But anyway, moving on. So let's talk about Twas the Night.
Yes, 'Twas the Night. So
I'll recap this one if you don't mind.
You want to recap?
You want to recap the next one?
Yeah, I'll recap the next one if you recap.
Okay, I'll recap this one.
Okay.
So anyway, wonderfully narrated by the beloved Adam West.
Oh yes. Oh god.
Which is fantastic. We see Johnny. He's Oh, 1 second. Sorry, wrong page. I get it. Stupid little folding pattern. Oh, yeah, okay, here we go. So, yeah. Oh, one last thing to mention. This story in particular was by Butch Hartman and Steve Marmel, Steve Marmel, who eventually worked on Family Guy, and Butch Hartman, who he didn't do anything in his life. Kidding. He went on to do many things. He's the other side of the Seth MacFarlane coin, if you will.
Right.
So anyway, so again, narrated by the wonderful Adam West, 'Twas the Night, and it's framed like the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas story, all rhymey and such.
Oh yes.
Which I think is a wonderful conceit too, by the way, especially when it's read by Adam West. That makes it all the more better.
'Twas the night before Christmas.
And the reason it's
the house.
this Adam West mouse. But more importantly, the reason Adam West is doing the narration is because they loved him so much on his first episode, Johnny Bravo Meets Adam West.
Oh, yes.
The first episode he appeared, which eventually led him to be on Family Guy from that episode.
Of course, the best part of that appearance is Bunny Bravo scolding him for being a bad influence on her son.
And the line that makes Jeff Bennett cry with laughter: "Johnny, we've got to find your mama." So very, very funny. Adam West. The point is, he's essentially with. I'm not doing it justice because he weaves it so well with his delivery on the Twas the Night poetry of the readings, but essentially not a creature stirring except for Johnny. And we see that Bunny Bravo, she's fallen asleep from Jimmy Stewart. So it's
a lot of
presumably
Jimmy
watching.
Stewart references going on. We have It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life on the Batman, and then we also had it on the Family Guy special. I want to live, Clarence. I want to live.
Yep, and here also. So again, It's a Wonderful Life. Christmas special. It's beloved by all, apparently.
Also, I will be reviewing the Darkwing Duck special. It's a Wonderful Leaf. I believe that'll be this Saturday. So, oh yes, stay tuned. Stay tuned for that.
So anyway, so Johnny, he's stirring because Bunny Bravo is keeping him awake with her snoring. He tries to quail the snoring with corks. Which kids, don't try at home. It could be dangerous.
Yeah, it could be potentially fatal. Yeah.
Anyway, so let's see. So Johnny attacks what he thinks is a burglar, given what he thinks to be a fake beard, a bag of stolen goods, and a getaway sleigh, and he attacks this person with his karate that sometimes works, usually doesn't. And it's Santa Claus, and he feels very sad about this. And I'm kicking myself now because I meant to look something up.
What do you want to look up?
The voice actor of the Santa Claus, because in the second one it's Earl Bowen, but I'm not sure if the original one was Roscoe King something or other who does the voice of the King.
I will look it up. Just keep talking.
Anyway, so let's see. Meanwhile, we see Johnny's tended to Santa Claus's wounds, got him some with cocoa and cast. Gives him some hot cocoa, wraps up his arm, and casts. Essentially, Santa Claus can't deliver gifts. He's got a broken arm. So essentially,
that just makes sense.
Now I love the voice of this Santa Claus too. It's great. It's like it's a Santa Claus with attitude, but he's a lovable guy. But we've never seen Santa Claus this grumpy, justifiably grumpy.
Oh yeah. I mean, it totally makes sense. It's not like other depictions of Santa where it's just like kind of like the Fairly Odd Parents one, for example.
I think we've got a lot of creative interpretations of Santa Claus.
We have. It's one of the fun things to kind of go back and look for. Okay, let's see. I'm
sorry. The thing that always stuck out to me about this Santa Claus is that he called Johnny a pinhead. That was his thing. And he does, and essentially he says, he calls Johnny a pinhead and tells him that he's delivering the toys, or else he's gonna hurt him. So he threatens a Santa Claus that threatens violence.
I would mess with that Santa. I don't know about
Santa's
you.
Awesome. This Santa's cool. You don't want to get on his bad side, but he's a nice guy.
Exactly.
It's like you sympathize with Santa Claus. Like, yeah, these gifts have to be delivered. I can't do it, so you're going to do it.
Jackass. I mean, you punched me out. Who does that? Who punches out Santa Claus?
And again, I love how they say, Adam West says in the narration, that Johnny felt very bad. And again, he's tending to the wounds. You give him cocoa, he feels bad. And Santa Claus knows that he didn't do it out of malice. He just knows because he's stupid. That's why he calls him a pinhead.
It's Tom Bosley who voices Santa Claus.
Huh? Oh, Tom, you're sure?
Yeah, according to IMDb.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's fantastic. You know Tom Bosley is, don't you?
Nah, you'll have to give me
Mr. C from the Happy Days Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Oh, man, I guess.
Oh, great. Happy Days connection.
Well, I feel stupid for my... I feel stupid for my who I thought it was, but yeah, Tom Bosley. Good. Yeah, anyway.
You're like, nah.
No, I mean, I thought it was the guy who voiced Kingpin from Spider-Man, because he sounds like a nasally version of him, if you really listen.
Right.
But anyway, voice Tom Bosley, that's good, that's fantastic. I love Tom Bosley. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Earl Bowen does him in the second.
C, thanks for helping me out and whatnot. Well, actually, Arthur, it was
It was Richie, who knows?
It was Richie. All right.
Let me see. Anyway, so yeah, he calls Johnny Penny. Johnny's delivering the toys now, wearing the Santa hat and the coat. Leaving Santa Claus in his holiday undies on the roof.
It's got to be cold for Santa. It's like the least Johnny could do is like invite him in. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know where Santa Claus goes, to be honest with you, because he's not there when he comes back. I don't know.
That's true. Maybe he's got like the same sort of emergency backup plans that Bruce Wayne had when he got out of the pit in Dark Knight Rises. You know, like, hey, come pick me up.
I don't know. Anyways, let's see. Santa Johnny. Santa Johnny. He's now all decked out in the Claus gear, and now he's getting moving, and he's going through the skies. And Adam West makes a funny reference that Johnny just can't get the reindeers' names right. Yeah. Go on, Yeltsin, Nixon, Stinky, and Rose. And wait, where's that freak with the glowing red nose? And what do we see?
This looks like something straight out of G.I. Joe to me. I don't know about you.
A little bit of G.I. Joe. First of all, it's Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, versus, and they mentioned this, the Grinch's henchman.
Wait, it's the Grinch's henchman?
Yes, they say
that. Oh my God!
I'm saying they're henchmen, but they say their boss is the Grinch.
Oh man!
They say something like the Grinch isn't going to be happy about this, or like we gotta protect the Grinch or something.
I just thought they were straight up Cobra commanders.
They say Grinch.
Oh wow, that's ridiculous.
Which makes me think that the Grinch has henchmen, which
add that to the new Grinch movie coming out, Grinch Henchman.
And even funnier, I love Jeff Bennett. Again, Jeff Bennett is such a wonderful voice actor.
Oh yeah.
He does a lot of voices in the show, and particularly he has Rudolph here, and he does him like a kind of a weird Don Knotts impression almost. I gotta save Santa.
I've got to save Santa from all the ostriches.
No, it's like not even just Don Knotts. It sounds like it's like a high pitched Don Knotts. Like I gotta save Santa. It's really funny. So let's see. Also, we have like there. He looks at the list. There's a lot of in jokes there. I couldn't quite catch all of them, but essentially,
and they all get coal. Each and every one of them gets coal.
Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of those, from what I recall, I'm sure like they worked in some names of people into production in there, but more so, you'll notice the funny guy you did notice is that you'll see a lot of senators were on there getting coal.
Oh, really?
Now, whether or not, I know nothing about politics, so whether or not those are real senators, I don't know. They could have just they could put just production people with senator in front of their name for all I know. But regardless, it's just funny all those senators were on there. Anyway, so we see the mayor gets a gift. He gets cavorting undies. A new pair of shorts to go around cavorting in, to which his wife hits him on top of the head, saying, "I told you no more cavorting."
Oh, the mayor definitely got a Clinton thing going on with him.
Oh, he does. Again, that's Jeff Bennett doing a Clinton impression. So let's see. Then we see Johnny. He's delivering to a nice little scene where he delivers to Susie, the annoying neighbor kid.
Yeah, this is basically the Cindy Lou Who scene of the special.
Yeah, it's really nice. And basically, he leaves a doll in there. We see Johnny eat the cookies and stuff, and basically saying, that kid's kind of cute when her mouth isn't yapping. That's nice. He does have kind of a soft spot for that annoying neighbor kid, because he does kind of like her.
Oh, she gets super annoying in the next special, I must say.
Well, that's her character, though, so you can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I think with that next special.
Well, the idea is she's the smartest person in the room, though, usually, so it's a little odd for that Christmas special. Anyway. So let's see. Then we see we go to Jungle Boys, basically into a Jungle Boy short, where we see him and the gang of misfit animals. They're getting their gifts, which is like Mary Kay, a new loincloth, stuff like that. And then we see a King Ray, who unfortunately doesn't speak in this, but I love how Michael McKean does the voice usually.
Right.
And the evil King Ray gets a lump of coal on a string. Sorry, Magilla. Calls him Magilla. Again, a lot of Hanna-Barbera references.
Oh, definitely.
So then we see Kronos the bear. Oh, can you look this? When we look up who voices Kronos the bear.
Oh yes, sure.
We have Kronos the bear sleeping, but Johnny leaves Kronos the bear, who was in a really funny episode of Johnny Bravo, essentially trying to lure a bear back into hibernation because he's obsessed with time and clocks. Essentially, he gives Kronos the bear an atomic clock, and it goes off. The alarm goes off, and it wakes him out of hibernation. whole circle back again. Johnny leaves. Then we're on our next stop, which is Scooby-Doo. And what he got Scooby-Doo is, would
All
you
right,
like to say it,
explain.
Kiki? Okay, he got 10 weeks of free speech therapy.
What?
He got 10 weeks of free speech therapy from Cindy Brady. It's like a coupon for like Cindy Brady's 10 weeks of speech therapy, pretty much.
From Cindy Brady. Oh, wow. Oh, that's... Oh, that's
you gotta
awesome.
love the smart humor on that Giant Bravo.
What's the name of the bear you wanted me to look up?
The Kronos the bear. Like time, Kronos. Anyway, continuing on. So we just see quickly, Johnny goes to Asia, goes to England, goes to Guatemala, goes to Dunkirk. How does Santa stay fat? This is a lot of hard work. So essentially, that's kind of calling the question, the thing from the Family Guy special, if you want to tie in that formula. Basically, how can Santa do this? This is inhuman.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what Johnny's saying in a very, very clever rhyme, if you will. It's basically saying, how does Santa? It's a logistical question. How does he stay thin with all this? I mean, how does he stay fat with all this? Anyway, so then
he reaches fat by stocking up each and every time, like each and every day out of the year, besides Christmas.
Perhaps. Anyway, so then we.
I don't know, man. I'm not seeing any.
Okay, just look at Johnny. Look up Johnny Bravo and just look at the characters list. Anyway, so then he reaches the end of the list, and we see he gets to his mother's name. Why she's on the bottom of the list, I have no idea, because she's in the B section.
Yeah, that's true.
And her name starts with a B too, Bunny Bravo. So that should
be
that
really, unless it goes backwards.
Maybe Johnny just didn't know how to look at the list. I don't know. Anyway, so essentially he finds out that he has no gift for his mama because he accidentally gave her gift to someone else, and we see that it went to the mayor's wife. Again,
God.
A woman seeing a robe with his name on it. She's suspicious, and she's going to say,
"You're perverting around with a woman named Buddy, aren't you?"
"No, honey, please." Oh, that poor mayor. Bill Clinton mayor. Anyway, so we see Johnny's sad, and again, Johnny, I think you got to keep in mind for both of these specials. And I like how this does tie in, technically. Johnny's a simple guy. I mean, he just wants to date while he's gelling his hair, and he loves his mom. So it's the simple things with Johnny Bravo, and you got to respect that.
Yeah,
and, he has love.
You just basically summed it up. He wants a date, and he loves his mama.
He loves his mom, and he'd do anything for her, and he might just like a little complain now and again. But he loves his mom, and he feels bad that she's gonna have a lousy Christmas because of him. Blames himself because he knocked out Santa. Feels bad. So he goes down the chimney, and again, Bunny Bravo, not the most perceptive person in the room, noticing, he came down the chimney. She's just talking out loud, saying, it says it's from Santa, but I know all too well it's from John John. Which, again, is praise for rhyming purposes. Essentially, Bunny, she got a big old diamond on her finger.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice. And anyway, I love the ending to this whole thing. The ending's
yes.
Was there any luck with the name?
What? No, not yet, unfortunately.
Anyway, so we see Johnny has gotten a gift too for all his troubles, and that's a little unusual. So Johnny opens the box and he says, "Oh yeah, he got some boxing gloves and the mouthpiece too." And attached was a note that says, "Merry Christmas, you pinhead. Round 2 is next year." And we hear Santa Claus saying that right outside.
Johnny just looks very nervous.
I love the prerequisite to that line of Adam was saying, and then Johnny read the note, and it filled him with fright. "Merry Christmas, you pinhead. Round 2 is next year." Fantastic. Yeah, that's the end.
So yeah, altogether, just a really fun sort of, I kind of feel like with Family Guy, they must have been inspired by this to a certain extent, and just kind of went all out with the whole concept of, man, this really must be hard. So, so altogether, a really fun sort of 6-minute episode. Definitely kind of in the style of the classic Looney Tunes or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Packs a lot of punch into 7 minutes. And then it leads to the next special. Was it released a year later, Dragon 5?
No, this was
chronologically.
This one was in '97, I think, and then the next one was in 2001.
Okay, so we had to wait a few years. Santa's promise that he get him next year was kind of delayed a little bit, but
Well, I mean, well, no, mind you, hold it. It went on hiatus though, so that's the thing. So it's like, in terms of episodes, it could have actually still been a year.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
And
so,
you know, all
so
good things come to those who wait.
Yeah, last thing to say about this one was that it is really great, and 7 minutes really packs a punch. Again, this is kind of our Family Guys. A lot of really smart humor in this. Again, Steve Marmel and Butch Hartman will attribute that. Wonderfully read by Adam West, narrated by Adam West. I mean,
Yeah,
a lot of great humor. Again, it's a love letter to Hanna-Barbera with a Christmas spin. Puts me in the holiday spirit. I know it does for me at least. So,
even though it's all about punching out Santa.
I know it's amazing that it's. I don't know, you still love it.
Yeah, no, it's totally. It just has like just such an original conceit to it all.
Yeah, you've never heard that story. Like, okay, well, Santa Claus. I mean, there's a Christmas special actually. Well, I don't think we're going to cover it either this year or if it's going to hold off till actually the actual day on Christmas. But there is one movie we should talk about, and Bryan Cranston's in it.
Oh boy.
It's called. It shares the same title as this episode actually.
Oh, does it? Twas the Night?
It was the night, and it's a fantastic special. But essentially, Bryan Cranston tries to steal Christmas. Anyway, so
isn't that Breaking Bad in a nutshell?
No, he didn't try to steal Christmas in Breaking Bad. He made a meth out of Christmas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you know, Breaking Bad, he tried to steal everything for himself. Wouldn't that include Christmas?
No. He earned it.
Okay, so anyways,
so continuing onward.
Yeah. So this special not quite as creatively titled. It's just called the Johnny Bravo Christmas Special. Yeah.
Bear in mind this is after the redesign and so forth.
Oh yes. And also I get the feeling a couple voice actors might have been recast, particularly the Susie voice actor. Am I correct?
Well, technically, the thing is, everyone kind of just associates Susie with the wonderful and talented Mae Whitman, and technically, it's funny.
Right.
Something to mention here: the voice actors, technically, both of them do appear in this. So, Pat Muzak is the voice of Bunny Bravo, and she voices Bunny Bravo, but she also at one point she voiced Susie, but it wasn't for long though.
Mm-hmm.
But then Mae Whitman took over, and that's what everyone remembers as Susie's voice, and she voices her here. And actually, fun fact: Pat Muzak is Mae Whitman's mother.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, they're both great, especially that Mae Whitman. Mae Whitman currently a big fame on. She's been doing this since she was a kid. So she was very young when she did Susie here.
Mae Whitman, I also believe she was one of the evil exes, the female evil ex. In Scott Pilgrim.
I believe that. Yeah, again, she's had a lot of credits under her name. Like the most notable thing she's done is she's Katara on Avatar: Last Airbender, and
oh yes.
Currently, to fans of the show, which I've been looking at now, again, it looks a little more promising than I kind of thought it was. That new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle show, she is April O'Neil.
Oh, okay, got another April going on. Nice.
To be honest with you, she'd be my pick to voice Batgirl at some point. To be honest with you, I think she's really good.
Okay.
Anyway, continuing. Not really any recasting except for Santa Claus.
Oh God.
However, oddly enough, this is before Tom Bosley's passing, so I mean, I guess he didn't want to come back.
Right. So we start with an outside shot of the Bravo house. There's a big Ferris wheel. There's a train that's looking like it's running through the garage, which I think is really cool. A bunch of big lettering out front, like "Merry Christmas from the Bravos." And so we see, like any good Christmas special, this Christmas special starting on Christmas Eve, another grand tradition with us. So yay for that. And so Johnny, he's quickly admiring himself in the mirror. He's like, "Oh yeah, look at that, babe! I'm gonna get my Christmas kiss, my free Christmas kiss. Oh yeah."
Well, more so, he loves the free Christmas gifts. He loves free presents.
I thought did he not say kiss? I thought he specifically said something about a free Christmas kiss.
I think he's saying gifts, but
God. I
don't know. The point is his whole shtick is about getting free gifts.
So would that make him the Scrooge?
Yes, Johnny indeed is a Scrooge in the special, but he's like the most happy. He's like the most likable Scrooge ever, though.
He really is, and I don't really think there's any Scrooge in the other special except.
Well,
Dare I
don't
say
know.
Santa himself? Yeah.
Well, the thing is, actually, Santa Claus, he's still really jolly. He's just ticked off. He doesn't really go through any change or anything.
So really, I mean, in 7 minutes, I don't think they had time to establish a Scrooge arc.
Exactly. So not really. Well, I mean, nothing at all. No. So, but there are similarities between the first Johnny Bravo Christmas special and this one, actually.
Oh yeah, most certainly. This definitely does pretty much end up being a direct sequel towards the end.
'Cause, I mean, they're both on Christmas Eve for starters.
Right. Sure.
Yeah,
So
they both have Santa Claus in it, and you continue.
So Buddy Bravo calls Johnny into the room to move the Christmas tree. She's like, "Oh, Johnny, put it over there. No, put it over there. Put it over there. Oh, Mama, can't you decide where you're gonna put the tree and then let me know?" Oh, I love Johnny's interaction with his mama because he's so patient. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And so Bunny's like, "Oh, that's fine, dear. In the meantime, why don't you go and clean underneath the couch?" Oh God.
She wants to come up with a diagram to place the tree, so they really get into the holiday spirit of the Bravo house, particularly with decorations.
Well, yeah, I mean, as you could tell by the opening shot, they're going all out. But,
she's going to make a diagram just to place the tree.
So Johnny, he goes over to the couch. I love how he just nonchalantly tosses off like a box of ornaments or something like that.
I love the classic timing that they've always had on John Brothers. Like it's a quick action Johnny makes with his movements.
Right. And so let's see.
Finds a dog in the cushion, saying, "You people," and voiced by Chris Summers, saying, "You people need to clean more."
Oh, it's Chris Summers, awesome.
Yeah, Chris Summers is in the special, and a few more roles actually.
Okay, I definitely noticed her in the pink elephant role, but
Not Dumbo.
Oh God. Well, that's what I immediately thought of, but we'll get to that. And he also finds, some change, which he proudly pockets, and then, God. In Blue Dragon 5, I've had food poisoning on more than one occasion, and all I could think of was like, "Oh, dude, that's just gonna murder your insides, man. Don't do it. Don't do it."
So he finds letters to Santa Claus, red and green letters to Santa Claus, and then he
What are these?
Finds out it's me and Mama's letters to Santa. He panics.
I thought I mailed it off last month.
But he got distracted in November while she stuffed the turkey watching Kung Fu Chicks. So that was so good.
Oh, that was some good TV.
Then he snaps out. He panics over the fear of no gifts. So he's still kind of focused on the gifts here.
Right.
The gifts and disappointing his mother too. So a little bit of both. So I mean, basically he's going to ruin Christmas because he didn't mail the letters and he's panicking over that. So he's quickly heading over to take care of that. Oh, because he has this great line that says, "Who ever heard of a Christmas without free stuff?"
Oh God.
I love the sincerity. Again, Jeff Bennett is a master.
He really is. Yeah.
Because he can deliver the most ridiculous dialogue with the straightest face with Johnny Bravo. Saying, like,
oh God.
I think Johnny Bravo says it as much seriousness as he can muster. Like, who ever heard of a Christmas without free stuff?
Okay, so then we get to the post office, and this is a scene that very much reminds me of some of the stuff that went on during the Hey Arnold special, where they were looking for the Nancy Spumoni snow boots, and they kept getting laughed at. So you want to run by the scene?
Sure. Also, a little bit of the Christmas formula here of like being laughed at your face for something you're trying to do at the last minute around the holidays. So you got a bit of last minute stuff around the holidays, not exactly shopping, but close to shopping. It's getting gifts, so might as well.
Mm-hmm.
Voiced by D. Bradley Baker, we have Roy, the annoying post office guy, essentially laughing him off and just making a fool out of him, basically saying, "Hey, this guy," and it's not so much they're scoffing that he's writing a letter to Santa, but more so...
Yeah, that's what I noticed, too. Yeah, it's like they have absolutely no problem with the fact that he's writing to Santa. It's the fact that they can't physically get the letter to him.
He's doing it at such the last minute, so that's kind of a nice thing, turning the conceit on its head, saying, "You want to mail a letter to Santa Claus on Christmas Eve."
And it's like they literally They just announce it to the whole store, like, "Hey everyone, this guy thinks that we can deliver a letter to Santa on Christmas Eve," and they just burst out into laughter.
Yep.
Oh,
So anyway,
my
so
God.
Johnny's ticked off coming home to his stupid post office. And the girl says, "Hi, Johnny, stupid kid." Just walking. I love
Yeah, I
it.
must say, I think this is a little bit annoying how she's just kind of like jumping around him and rhyming and whatnot.
Apples and bananas.
Kid, I can't take it with your rabbit and your Johnny and your
Essentially, so she's bugging him and basically, "Oh, I just Bugs Bunnied you."
Oh yeah,
Basically,
that was good.
feel like a little reverse there. So again, a lot of at least turning back within the special to the classic Hanna-Barbera stuff or the classic, cartoon stuff.
Mhm.
Anyway, so usually Susie's the smartest person in the room, but mind you, she's still a little girl, so she's logic with her.
Yeah.
Essentially, she asked Johnny what's up, what's wrong with Bob Humbug. Takes one to know one, asking what the problem is. Saying, "I forgot to mail Mama and I's Christmas letters." Says, "Oh, gee, that's sad." So is she being sincere with that? Because she looks into the camera with, like, that foolish grin, saying, like, "Oh, how sad."
I have no idea. The one thing I picked up on though is that she instantly reverts back to the Mikey strategy of waiting to mail Santa's letters via the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Can
So,
we make
yeah.
that thing? Can we call that the Mikey strategy? Whenever someone suggests internet
Are we
internet
sure?
letters.
For some reason, I can't quite recall if Mikey directly said the email or internet. You sure about that?
Oh.
Hello? Diggy.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm sorry, just making sure you kind of cut out for a second.
Yeah, sorry. He was. Mikey does have a line about like it's a quick line, but he says something about like, "Oh, well, things will get much faster once Santa gets his email service up."
Right. Yeah. So essentially, she.
Mail to Santa, the Mikey strategy.
Well, so she's kind of the smartest person in the room usually, so she points out the obvious solution that Johnny is just ignoring because he's caught up in his own story. Which is funny, and basically saying, "Why don't you email the list of Santa Claus?" "How am I going to deliver this to Santa Claus?" "You can email him. I have his email address." "How? I need his address." "Maybe that stupid kid knows." I love he's talking about her when she's right behind him.
Hello, I'm right here.
"Hey, do you know Santa Claus' address?" "Sure, I'll tell you, but you have to do something for me. You have to do one favor for me." He says, "I love one of my favorite lines is here. I love it when Johnny says," he looks at it again with a straight face. Jeff Bennett's a master of delivery. He says, basically, "Just one condition." Then he says, "That's less than 5, right?" That's less than 5. And he says, "No maggots, no, unless you say no." Just less than 5 cracks me up. So essentially, they're flying. Basically, the condition is take Susie with them to meet Santa Claus. Everyone wants to meet Santa Claus.
Yeah, of course. And I'd say that's pretty reasonable. So they find themselves at the airport, and
yes.
And lo and behold, every flight is booked, every flight is canceled. And the flight notifications get very passive aggressive. They start to say stuff like, "Forget it."
Also, there's a funny nod here. I'm sure if you really looked at it, you might find more, but it's kind of what's called a model dump, where you take all your previous models used in either other animated shows or in the show itself, and you place them in there. But more so, at the very least, I looked at them, I saw the sailor models, but more importantly, there is an Easter egg, regardless of the sensitive male is in the crowd, if you look.
Oh, wow, okay.
So, remember, that was the Seth MacFarlane episode where he was singing all the sensitive male songs. So he's the Schoolhouse Rock parody of picking up women. That guy's there. in line. So let's see. So then they get the idea to stow away, and first of all, I love when they stow away. They're not hiding at all. Basically, Johnny puts a bag over his, like a suitcase over his head, and so is Susie, and that counts as hiding.
No, essentially what happens is they just get stuffed into suitcases, and Johnny's hair is sticking out of the suitcase.
Yeah, but before they were having it on top of their heads on the conveyor belt before they got there.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
Then they're in the suitcases, and then it opens up once the guy leaves or whatever, and then they're dressed like Velma and Fred.
Yeah, just a quick split-second sight gag there. Oh, God.
Again, the nods to the old Hanna-Barbera shows, gotta love it. So another Scooby-Doo parallel there, so a little connection between the two specials.
Indeed, indeed.
Scooby-Doo reference. And speaking of that, another reference to the first one, we have, no, keep going. What happens before then?
Well, we have, is this when the guard comes in?
Yeah, guard comes in, and he thinks they're stowaways aboard for a second.
Yes, and I love the illogical logic of, the animals are talking to him, and he doesn't bat an eyelash at this, and of course Johnny's just standing there in a statue-like position, like he's a fan, and he's
Now, first of all, Susie is there, and she has a lampshade on her hand. And then Johnny is standing still as a pole, but moving his arm like a fan. And then, first of all, the guard says, anyone in here? And it's Jeff. I believe Jeff Ben is also the guard, too.
Yeah.
So he's saying, is there anyone in here? And says, nope, nothing but us, just a fan and a lamp over here. And it's like, she nudges him, like, ow. And then he walks over there and sees Johnny, and basically Johnny is making a blowing motion. Like... blowing wind is the thing, and then blows in the guy's face, and he's like, okay, I'm convinced. And then the animals take the heat off by the strap.
Down here, but a bunch of animals being stupid.
And they're mocking his mom. They're making like your mama jokes and whatnot. He's saying, well, your mama's so dumb she tried to alphabetize M&Ms. And the animals say, okay, he's gone. You can stop hiding. And these animals are from the Jungle Boy shorts, so the sassy animals.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So we have the pink elephant, the gorilla, a lion, a snake. Did I miss anyone?
Bear.
Oh yeah, the bear too. Okay, right on.
I think that's everyone. And the bear and the lion girl. You mentioned the lion, didn't you?
Yeah. And,
yeah, that's everyone.
Okay, So let's see, Susie. All I have on my notes is Jingle Bell remix. So,
well, before then, again, the sassy animals come to the rescue. Essentially, Susie does. They're kind of satirizing. So again, it's kind of neat that they're kind of pulling the family here, and they're satirizing kind of holiday subtly.
Right.
Just Susie essentially is doing the obligatory thing in a Christmas special. So maybe that's you really think about it, Tiki. Maybe that's a reason it's just called plainly John Bravo Christmas Special. That they're pulling. Think about it, Tiki. Seriously,
I hear you.
They pull all the Christmas conceits of our formula here, for the most part. Delivering sending your letter to Santa Claus, going with like a whole lengths to deliver something. The last minuteness of it all, spelling out the Christmas message, and then like spelling out the Christmas message and going on a journey of some sort. So a lot of the Christmas kind of conceits are worked in there. And essentially, she's spelling out the more of like what Christmas is, saying, oh yeah, that's when the baby Jesus was born. It's a time to be with friends and family and give gifts, yada, yada, yada. And I love in the meantime, while this is happening, my favorite part is a Johnny in the background playing with all the circus gear.
Oh, yeah.
And he tries to breathe fire, like he eats the match. And then basically you see the sweat pour down. He goes out of screen, like slides out of screen, and he's running in the background. Ah!
What's going to be another famous sort of McFarlane-esque stylistic thing is just chaos happening in the background.
Well, mind you, Seth MacFarlane's gone at this point, so.
Okay, well, maybe his style is still rubbing off on the people.
Yeah, that's
because it still does feel very, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I got you. So, so John Brody's running back and before he dips his head in the trough to put out the fire. Then basically animals get free. Then you have the Jingle Bells remix, and then until the snake pulls the chute, the escape hatch, the hatch of the cargo hatch. Then the animals come falling out, and they fall. Then Johnny, after Johnny's smushed by the elephant. Again, the parasol worked for the elephant until Johnny clinged on to her. How that works out.
Yeah, that's great.
Then basically, as you're all free, try not to get shot.
Oh,
again, the wonderful Mae Whitman. She has a funny delivery on her lines. So anyway, they're gone. Basically, she has like speed racer dialogue, which is cool beans.
Oh yeah. Honestly, whenever I hear cool beans, I think of Hot Rod. But yeah.
So she's she works together in makeshift radio because again she's smart yet still a little girl. and they get in contact with their local trucker. And Johnny hears what he thinks to be an attractive woman, and he's hitting on her instantly. And we find out that she, in fact, is a large, a hefty trucker woman.
Is it my hair, darling?
Darn hairspray. She blames the hairspray for her appearance, apparently. And they say, "Is there anyone else there? Just my French niece, just my niece, but she only speaks French." Bonjour.
Oh, mama.
Yep, and Johnny hitting on her, and does not work. Why women hate Johnny Bravo so much, that we'll never know.
I guess it's just the way he comes off, you know. He just comes off like so in your face about it.
Yeah, but you hear him after. You have to hear someone after the greeting.
Okay.
Usually, women just hit Johnny Bravo either instinctively or after like the hello.
Well, maybe the guy's got a reputation as a would-be statutory rapist. Huh? Did you ever think about that?
He's not a rape.
Well, maybe he's got a reputation.
His reputation, the guy who gets beaten a lot.
There, I just made the show darker for you. Congratulations. Maybe like the whole town just thinks of him as like some pervy stalker type. What do you think about that?
He's not a stalker. He doesn't even know any of these girls' names. Anyway, so essentially they get a ride to the airport in the truck, and Johnny has to ride back with the girls, who in fact are pigs.
Oh yes, this reminds me of the one episode where Johnny got suckered into spending time with a bunch of chicks.
Yeah. Plays on words.
Oh yes.
So essentially, they get to the airport and they're looking for a pilot. And there'd be a big guest star here again. Johnny Bravo famous for its guest stars and its guest voice actors. So in place of
I know
Tom
there's
Bosley,
one guest star, but who voices the pilot? Though?
That's the thing. We have this guy does a lot of voices in animation.
Okay.
And particularly, he was a big live action star with a TV role. Dwight Schultz as Leo, the pilot. Now, Dwight Schultz, most famously in live action, at least in my opinion, was Murdoch from the A-Team.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, the crazy guy from the A-Team, the one who flew the planes all the time. That's why he has the pilot's cap. That's why he's the pilot. Because he's a crazy pilot on the A-Team. That's the gag.
And they also make a very funny airplane gag.
Oh, yeah. So, let's see. So, essentially, he says he just wants, and a lot of people will know him from his voice work, most famously, in my opinion, he was Dr. Animo on Ben 10.
Oh, okay.
So basically, Leo says, I've always wanted to see Santa Claus. I've always wanted to meet Santa Claus, and that's the reason he's doing it. And also, the thing that really wins Johnny over is that he has cookies. And I gotta tell you, those cookies look good. I would like one of those cookies. They look really tasty.
We should do a ranking of like how tasty the cookies look in these specials.
Anyway, let's see. So continue on, Tiki. Where are we going now?
Okay, so let's see. So they're on the plane, and it's revealed that the pilot just got his license. Oh no!
Again, Murdoch.
Yeah. Oh boy.
He's quirky and he's wacky.
Is this where Osmond comes in?
Right before then, we find out that Susie, in fact, does not have Santa Claus' address, but merely like an advertisement for like a box top that says
right.
Candy Cane Lane.
Longitude and latitude.
No, it's just this little cute picture of Santa Claus and Blitzen. Again, Blitzen of all reindeer, it's usually Comet, but okay. So, I mean, props to them for using the undersold reindeer, but still. Yeah. So anyway, so they find out the girl doesn't. I love how she has the line. What are you expecting? I'm a little girl.
Right.
Again, smart enough to come up with the idea to email Santa Claus, but not smart enough to realize that this is in fact not an actual map coordinate.
Indeed.
So let's see. Then, so it looks like all hope is lost. They're flying nowhere. But then a fun guest star from the past comes by.
God.
I mean, if we had Adam, this is our equivalent to Adam West being the narrator in the previous special.
Yeah, and this is kind of one of the fun things about this special is that it just brings back just a whole bunch of like past things from Johnny Bravo.
I mean, think about it. Some of the two of the best episodes, or at least best shorts, if you will, were Johnny Bravo meets Adam West, and the other one, of course, being I think it's on the same episode. To be honest with you, when they pile them together, Johnny Bravo meets Donny Osmond, and that's who shows up. Donny Osmond flying like Mary Poppins in the sky.
I'm still partial to Johnny Bravo meets Mr. T, but yeah, there's been a lot of good ones.
Oh yeah, there have been. Like the Farrah Fawcett was in there once.
Oh yeah,
Remember, the idea Susie is related to Farrah Fawcett too, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's right. Isn't she like a cousin or something?
Yeah, it's like a cousin or something. I forget how it works, but I think it's cousin.
Oh, I like to come down here every summer and spend time with my little cousin Susie.
Yeah, the shame Farrah Fawcett's gone.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so anyway, Donny Osmond appears, and it's hilarious that Donny Osmond was Johnny's nanny at one point. I always love Donny Osmond whenever they bring him on. It's just so funny. He's like the counter opposite to Johnny. Johnny hates Donny with a passion, but Donny has nothing but love for Johnny. And first of all, Donny, he wants the singing exposition instead of just regular exposition, so he plays a little the harmony thing. And then basically saying, thanks from here, Tiki. What did they sing about? Hello? Sorry, folks. A bit of minor technical difficulty. Hello? One sec, folks. Just checking something here really quick. Okay, so a little bit of technical difficulty there. Let me see if I can bring us home a little, or just continue through the scene here. So anyway, essentially the gang is singing and seeing what happened. Basically, Johnny didn't mail his Christmas letters, and I'm not going to sing because I'm not doing it justice because it's really funny. Them saying, I'm the pilot, and basically begging Johnny to sing, and Johnny won't sing. He says, maybe. You know what they say? Maybe is a baby that just needs some love and care until it's a yes. I should explain that. Donnie mentioned that basically saying, they say, fear not, I visit Santa every year. I can get you. I know where Santa lives. And Johnny interrupts the song real quick, grabs him by the throat, and thralls Donnie, saying, essentially saying, wait, you know Santa Claus? Stop the singing for a second. You know Santa Claus? So, yes, I visit his shop every year. Because he helps out, apparently. It's Donny Osmond. Yeah, really scary guy, that Donny Osmond. But then, basically, maybe the baby just needs love and care until it's a fully formed yes. So now they actually have a sense of direction. Donnie directs them into the proper direction to the North Pole, and unfortunately the plane is either running low on fuel or is experiencing some technical difficulty, so it is now hurtling towards what appears to be a mountain, but Donnie reveals it's just a holographic projection of a mountain, a la Batman. No, not really. They barrel through there in kind of an homage to, if not an homage to Airplane, then just kind of a funny airplane gag, as Tiki generously mentioned previously. Mentioned that. Mentioned, oh no, we're going to crash into the mountain. Now there's no mountain. Oh no, we're going to crash into Santa's Magic Village. And then Donnie just wonderfully replies, oh yeah, that is a pickle. And as they're all screaming on their way down, and Donnie's the only one going, wee! So Donnie is indeed one hilariously psychotic. And we think they're going to crash, but luckily Santa has the reindeer save the day by, grabbing the wings of the plane, making an impromptu landing. And then our hardy gang, they meet Santa Claus, yay! And Johnny and Santa Claus have a wondrous rematch. Now, during this rematch, I'm saying rematch, it's not really a rematch, it's a little bit of payback. Essentially, Johnny says, oh, hey, Santa Claus, listen, sorry about last year when I punched you, when I hit you thinking you were a burglar. And Santa Claus says, oh, Johnny. Now voiced by Earl Bowden, doing, I guess, an impression of Tom Bosley, a good one. Saying, Earl Bowden, who also was voiced Senior on Kim Possible now and again, if not for Ricardo Montalban at times. It goes, Johnny, hold out your hand and your head. And he does hold out your hand. He does that, and then Santa Claus grabs an oversized boxing glove and punches Johnny in the face, and then it just flashes to Santa Claus saying, right after that, after he's just punched Johnny, saying, "You know, I don't recall." So essentially, bygones have been bygones, and now they're even. Santa Claus just will not acknowledge it now. Again, funny Santa Claus. Santa Claus uses violence to solve his problems, and it's really funny. Anyway, so
I'm back.
Right. Okay, so I was just at I was recapping the part where Johnny's just met Santa Claus.
Okay. Can we just go back to a couple Donny Osmond lines?
Yeah, I kind of want to go on to the Donny Osmond.
Okay, just really quickly. I'm so sorry about that. My computer just literally just decided to restart itself on me. Oh god. And now I'm hearing go away. Okay, you know what? Why don't you go through the Santa Claus stuff?
Anyway, so I pretty much just kind of said that he met Santa Claus, hit him, and he says, "I don't recall that, Johnny." So also a funny little moment with Donny Osmond here with Santa Claus. That Santa Claus again, Donny Osmond just said that he helps Santa Claus every year.
Mm-hmm. I love how Donny Osmond knows the secret entrance into the North Pole through the mountain.
Oh yeah. Oh no, we're gonna crash into Santa Claus's secret village. Oh yeah, that is a pickle.
And also just I just really like the line from Donny Osmond. Well, you didn't hurt my smile.
Well, at least it won't hurt my smile. Donny Osmond, he's so scarily happy.
Oh yes.
Essentially, first of all, I love how Santa Claus doesn't recognize Donny, contradicting what Donny just said.
Right.
Which makes him all the more scary and funny. Basically saying, a little bit rock and roll. It says, "Elvis, no. It rhymes with Shawnee. Donnie Wahlberg says, no, Donny Osmond of the Osmond family, yeah."
I mean,
okay.
I think it's kind of like supposed to be like half a gag of like, oh man, this guy's kind of a creeper, and then half like, aha, Donny Osmond's irrelevant.
A little bit of, mind you, he and Farrah Fawcett are 70 stars, mind you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, most indeed, but it's funny, so obscure but so lovable. And essentially, getting on back to the plot here. So basically, Johnny says, "Oh, Santa Claus, I have these 2 letters I forgot to mail to you. Hopefully it's not too late." And then Santa Claus says, "Okay, let's have a look." Yeah, he's a jolly guy. He uses violence to solve his problems, but a jolly guy all the same.
Mm-hmm.
Looking through the letters, he sees items such as hair gel, things that Johnny has pretty much, hair gel, a black T-shirt, and the new thing being a pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
Try fitting that down the chimney.
Oh god.
But essentially, here's the big revelation. Actually, kind of an emotional one, if you ask me.
It really is, yeah.
We find out that Johnny's mama asked for the same things Johnny asked for, and pretty much copied the list verbatim to ensure that her son gets everything on his list.
That's such a nice notion.
It
really touches Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny kind of realized. Here's Johnny's transformative Scrooge moment. He's all about the gifts.
Oh, yeah.
A stupid Scrooge who was of no danger to anyone or himself, but still just basically just obsessed with the gifts around the holiday. Doesn't know the true meaning of Christmas, but then he kind of sees it here from his mama.
And Johnny Bravo's heart grew 3 sizes that day.
And his pecs grew even larger.
Oh yes.
But let's see. So essentially, they have like a kind of a little sartorial spinning shot of him like going around saying, "At one time." Says, "Johnny, isn't that what you wanted? At one time, things change." There's the big turnaround shot. Then we see Santa Claus saying, "Well, Johnny, I mean, it's too late. Unfortunately, I hate to disappoint you, but it's too late to add anything else to the sleigh." And
but lo and behold, it's a Christmas miracle as a couple of elves come up and say that there's been a revision to the naughty nice list and 2 spots have opened up. Yay!
Yes, indeed. God. But again, just kind of transforms Johnny in that he realizes, it's about just the kind of the love of the holidays. Like his mother cares about him so much to just make sure he gets what he wants, opposed to herself, and that really touches Johnny.
Oh yeah,
Gets through to even his thick head.
Indeed.
So anyways, let's see. So basically, Johnny has a nice moment where he says, "Listen, Sam, can you just give both of those gifts to my mama, or make them
Yeah,
both for my
yeah,
mama?"
that's really nice. Yeah.
Which is nice, and
Kind of
then
calls back to Hey Arnold, where Helga selflessly gives up her Nancy Simone snow boots to Arnold.
so yeah, you got the sacrifice bit of the formula,
Mhm.
nearly the Christmas sacrifice, if you
Oh
will.
yeah.
You know, the gift that keeps on giving, if you
Oh
will.
yeah. Most
So let's
definitely.
see. So then, basically, Leo says, "Hey, while you're at it, John, ask for him to fix the plane." And then Sam goes, "Oh, Leo, it's already done.
Oh,
Planes."
Leo.
So take us from here. What happens?
So yeah. So then Johnny goes back and he goes back and it's a big happy Christmas and basically I don't know basically Bunny Bravo she's just glad that they're together and that's really the
Yeah,
point that gets hammered home.
that was a very nice moment. Just Johnny kind of explaining the whole story to Bunny. And she's not mad. She wants them to be
Ah,
together
of
for the
course she's not
holidays.
mad.
And I love the response by Johnny. Just Johnny's saying now they've kind of gotten past it. Now Johnny's saying, "Well, you know what, Mama, I'm really hungry. All I had today were cookies." And it's so funny. He says, "Can you like some chicken or a pot roast or something?"
Mhm, mhm.
And then Donny Osmond and the gang walking back.
Oh yes.
If not my favorite line, this is my second favorite line, if anything.
Mhm.
I love this line. He comes in singing Donny Osmond. He sticks the ending to the Christmas Carol, like da, 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 da. And then Leo just looks at him and delivers so straight a line, saying, "You're conceited." One of my favorite lines.
Oh yeah.
Oh, by the way, actually, something I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
When Johnny stowed away earlier in the episode,
Hmm.
he mentioned something about the last time he was last time he was in a cargo hold was forced to join the French Foreign Legion. That's an episode, by the way.
I
Seriously,
figured.
that's
No,
an
I
episode.
totally figured.
Just wanted to mention that real quick. It's a funny line also. Anyway, so yeah, you're conceited. Then what happens, Tiki?
Well, basically, the whole gang shows up, all the neighborhood girls, it's a big Christmas party, and of course,
Because
Bunny-
they told two friends, and they told two friends also.
Oh, yes.
And so in basically the city of Aaron's
Oh, God.
Aaron City gives their gifts to the Bravo, gives a gift to the Bravo and says he wishes them Merry Christmas.
Indeed. And so the special ends where Bunny, she's talking...
Wait, it ends Wayne Chung style.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, she's talking to Larry about Johnny.
No, Susie. Who's Larry?
But Larry's the pilot. Who's the pilot?
Oh, Leo.
Shirley.
Leo's
Oh,
the pilot.
Shirley's.
Oh, Leo's.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is,
Oh,
no, she's talking to Susie.
Okay, yeah, and she's just like, oh, we love our Johnny, and, I just hope one day that he'll find a girl who loves him the way we do. And then we see that, Johnny's being very violently, literally stuffed into a stocking.
Again, I think he just like extends his hand saying Merry Christmas or something, and then he basically he gets thrown into a giant stocking and beaten like he's in a sack, just beaten like Bam Bam style. And then he says, "Oh, Mama," he says, "Oh, do we have any mistletoe?"
Yeah.
So funny, and yeah, still no luck with the ladies for Johnny Bravo. It kind of raises kind of a question to think of for Johnny Bravo. Like, well, if you do pair him off with somebody, it's going to be the end of the series. But still, you want a little bit of happiness for Johnny.
I'd like to see like a Johnny Bravo animated movie where he finally finds love. I think that'd be nice. Okay, but anyways, that was a Johnny Bravo Christmas. So Blue Dragon.
Like, what if they had like a total? I was gonna say, what if they had like a total Drama Island style reality show with Johnny Bravo as like The Bachelor?
Oh my God, that would be magnificent.
But here's the thing: you'd have other cartoon characters on there in addition to any new ones.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh man. Oh Jesus Christ! Now my mind is just overflowing with potential cast members. Oh wow.
I don't know. I think Daphne might be in the running for that one.
Daphne. Oh yeah.
Well, plus she's voiced by Grey DeLisle, so I mean,
Right.
what other reason would there be
I'd
not
like
to
an
include
early Quinn, get a crazy girl in there.
Perhaps.
Oh God.
Anyway,
mix
so,
things up, cause some drama.
So overall, I gotta say, this one I have a lot of love for because I love watching this one around the holidays. It really gets me into the spirit, and it always kind of makes me sad when it doesn't come on, when they don't air it around Christmas time.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just don't air it on Cartoon Network, which just really bugs me because I love this special. It's like it's something I usually count on holidays, and so fun, so light. It's a simple journey. It's a journey to give letters to Santa Claus and a lot of fun shenanigans along the way with Johnny Bravo humor here and there. A lot of smart stuff in there when you really analyze it. So it's really fun all around.
Yeah, I think I have a little bit more love and nostalgia for the 6-minute one, just because it's, like we said, it's just so impressive how they basically compacted all that story and all that humor and satire into the 7-minute runtime.
I'll admit to you too, that one's just instantly in my mind because I love. It's only 6 minutes. I just love it a lot.
Sure,
I don't even have to. I don't have to rewatch that one. I just got every loving it.
But no slouching the longer one, because the longer one's also really good, especially with all the celebrity cameos, all the callbacks. It's just a really good episode of Johnny Bravo, not even taking into consideration any of the Christmas-related stuff going on.
Oh, yeah, it's like that's the one you want to watch because you don't really see it that often. Or like it takes you back to the nostalgia. The other one's just ingrained in your mind from how good it was.
Yeah. Oh, God. All right, so I'd say it's safe to say that these two Johnny Bravo specials are just overflowing with Christmas formula goodness, and if you guys have been watching, you know that we here at Christmas in July, we've got one mission in mind, and that is to find the root of what makes a good Christmas special what it is. Some sort of scientific method that we're going to get to the bottom of.
You know the business, and we know the chemistry. Now, how are we going to do that, Tiki?
We're going to do that by putting the mistletoe underneath the microscope. Next time on Christmas in July. But first, because I forgot to announce it before doing the outro, tomorrow night on Christmas in July, Blue Dragon 5, you want to announce what we're doing?
We're going into orange territory, aren't we?
Yes, we're going back into Orange Town. Oh no!
So we're orange. Yeah, we're talking about a really low-key Christmas special. Hopefully, people haven't forgotten entirely. It's good. It's understated. But
I feel like nice. This show deserves a lot of defending in general. I feel like it's one that gets kind of lost on people. I don't really feel like As Told by Ginger it gets its fair share of recognition that I think it deserves for being a straight-up good piece of character-driven storytelling.
Oh yeah, so essentially it's the As Told by Ginger Christmas special, which is an underrated one to say the least, and we'll be delving into it. So that's tomorrow.
One little tiny interesting thing to note: connection between the As Told by Ginger Christmas and the Hey Arnold Christmas. They're both about loved ones reuniting with family members over the holidays. So keep that in mind.
Oh yeah.
All right. So in the meantime, guys, have a great holiday season. And have a great summer season, and, oh God, for God's sakes, please don't punch out Santa if you hear him on his roof. Please don't.
It's not a burglar, kids. Fa la 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 la.
Ho ho!